Now it's time for Docurama. This week on Docurama, we're looking at Icarus, a recent documentary that I believe won an Oscar? I think so. This movie is, in its way, it is kind of all over the place, but not necessarily in a bad way. It is a movie that starts as a documentary about competitive cycling and bike racing, you know, like Lance Armstrong and the Tour de France. And it is a movie that is very much about juicing. You know, in the wake of the revelation that Lance Armstrong had been, you know, taking drugs to improve his performance for so long, this is a movie where the documentarian wants to do a bike race and really look into juicing and actually experiment on himself with the juicing to see what the whole thing is. The movie starts out feeling kind of disjointed and a little bit aimless, and it follows, like I say, our documentarian, a guy named Brian Fogel, as he is, you know, he's kind of doing a supersize me about taking drugs and riding bikes. When it becomes engrossing is when it takes a little bit of a left turn and becomes about a Russian doping scandal, wherein we find out about how the Russian government has, allegedly at least, been doping all, or at least a large number of its Olympic athletes across a number of sports for decades, and the lengths that they have gone to hide this from the Olympic and world community. At that point, the movie becomes pretty interesting. And much like the movie Doubt, where we reviewed earlier in this movie, is somewhat plagued by an unknowing. By that, you know, there's only so much that we can prove here, and what can we do about that? And while Doubt really makes hay from that and really is able to turn that moral quandary into a centerpiece of a movie, here ends up being a little bit frustrating because, you know, we as people, we crave a resolution. And Icarus is a documentary without much of a resolution. And whereas Doubt is able to make that irresolution central to itself, Icarus is never able to make it so central to itself that the lack of resolution becomes itself satisfying. I don't know, maybe that was all a bunch of BS. I don't know. But that is why I'm giving Icarus, almost fell over. That is why I'm giving Icarus 3.5 stars. And don't forget to visit our website, northmetrotv.com/everymovieever. There, you can watch reviews of every movie we've ever covered here on the show, as well as complete episodes. That's northmetrotv.com/everymovieever.